what's happening, what it is, what it is, what it do, what it do. Hey, just a little quick update. There's some things I got in mind. Some things I'm gonna have to make time to make it more thorough, to bring forth, to share with those who understand and continue to understand. Nevertheless, it's going to be upon crystals, shape-shifting crystals, piezoelectricity, explaining how a quartz crystal actually shape-shifts when current is applied to it, but not just any ordinary crystal in the way we see it normally. Not in that way. It had to be sliced at a certain degree. I think it's a 45-degree angle. It had to be a chip, okay, just a chip. And within that chip, applied pressure, applied voltage, it will shapeshift. Very acute. Now this piezoelectricity, I'm gonna go ahead and explain a little bit. The piezoelectricity, what it does is utilized in all electronics. Once again, it's quartz cut at a 45-degree angle as a chip, a thin wafer, right? Apply voltage to it, which is pressure. Voltage is pressure. The Chinese call voltage pressure. Anyway, apply pressure. Now this all sinks in with self, all right? For number one, because as a novice, you work with external in order to get to fully grasp on the internal, okay? People like, well, you still in that world. Well, that world and this world is the yin and yang. It's connected, and some people can be told and not showed, but I can possibly show those who know and can explain it simply. And it's not me doing it; it's piezoelectricity doing it. The study of self, piezo, fire. That element of self in a crystal, right? Through a crystal, through the medium of a crystal, right? It's used in the most accurate instruments that they have now, this piezoelectricity, which is a sliced 45-degree chip, wafer, applied pressure to. It don't even have to be in a chip that size, because they can be stacked. They got stacked cells, piezoelectricity stacked cells, right? They're in fuel injectors. They're in sensors, any sensor, any dial pad, right? When you touch like this on a pad, keypad at the job or maybe at the grocery store, the keypads, piezoelectricity. The igniters that ignite furnace, piezoelectricity. It goes down and hit a crystal, and it jumps a spark out of it, right? Piezoelectricity. Now, I'm going to be speaking on that, and I have a few things to show you, but I haven't built them in a manner that's, will be really thorough to show you what these things do. Nevertheless, now you got to remember, your body, your skin has 300 and I believe 50 to 75, to be inaccurate, 350 to 75 crystals within the skin. The blood also has crystals. When you get a little scratch and it crystallizes, that is a crystal. Yes, a rare earth element. Nevertheless, these are also piezoelectric. All right? They don't have to be a quartz to have piezoelectricity. We are electrical beings, correct? All right. Now, the next thing I'm going to be bringing forth is on tuning forks. All right? Tuning forks are very instrumental to tuning back or clearing the biofield, where we have a field around us, right? And these Reiki masters, they've known that normally it reaches out 6 feet, but in those stratospheres of the 6 feet around you, it can be past, it can be guilt, shame, and they come in with a tuning fork of a certain, let me show you real quick. I didn't expect to do all this, right? But these are tuning forks, right? So when these are struck, these are medical tuning forks, right? When these are struck, they can clear a biofield, right? All right. So anyway, they clear biofields with tuning. This is a 512C, all right? But nevertheless, they can clear those fields that's around you and bring them back into the correct Hertz energy frequency, all right? Nevertheless, so I found that interesting. So another thing too, so we be talking about the auric field. If it takes a frequency to clear it and to bring it back in tune with the natural order, then when we have a cell phone going on in this biofield, downloading these things, is it not frequency also? I'm not saying it's bad, not saying it's good, because carbon absorbs all energy, you know, but that would also acute and point to or have to look in the realm of hyperactive people, you know, naturally, not because they need medication, but hyperactive because the field has been unbeknowing increased in frequency. Nevertheless, okay, so there's many other things like among those levels, because we talk about studying, where I talk about studying and bringing forth what I have found, right? Not what I've heard, and it's been some what's that word? It's been some contradictions in a few things, like the one guy, I can't remember his name. Nevertheless, he proved that magnetism, in the way that they got it, is actually just a natural dynamic of the inertial plane. There's been many other people out there. I won't say no names, but you know of them. If you follow flat Earth, all right, you can understand a lot of things that's been proven by your intelligence and by what's applicable in the realm, and not just believable. No, believe me, you don't know. You believe this, you believe that. You do this, you do that because of a belief that you have due to the programming that you received. Nevertheless, I never question anything. Never question anything. Not even the doctor. Never question anything. You know, but when you get to talking about Reiki, masters of energy, or what's that thing that they come in your house and see how you got your house set up? What is that? Feng Shui, or something like that. Nevertheless, they'll come in and tell you, oh, well, you should never have your bed this way, and you should always have your head in the north, sleep with your head in the north, and things of this nature. It's energy principles there, and they'll tell you that's the reason why, you know, you're feeling this way, you're feeling that way. You know, it's best not to sleep in the bed, because the bed is also okay. Take this for instance. I'm gonna give you this one now. The springs, all right. The spring, any coil is an antenna. There's a transmitter and a receiver. Any coil. Look it up. When applied energy, okay, it can become a transmitter or a receiver. Now there's like over 20,000 videos that people have took compasses and set them on top of beds, and the compass will spin around on the bed. Check it out. Just Google it, you know, for reference. Nevertheless, so anyway, you know, the Chinese, they don't sleep on bed. Some of them will, but traditionally, that was a no-no. You sleep grounded, on the ground, all right? Not between a mattress that has 72 coils in it, 72 transmitters that can make a compass spin in the opposite directions. Okay? Nothing like that. Nevertheless, I'll just stop right there. So, nevertheless, if you think you're energetic, it's got to be totally. Just like they said, they found out recently that people who, the forest is a cancer, it cures cancer. They said it just go into the forest for a week. sounds, what is that? It sounds pseudoscience, doesn't it? You know? Well, if eating natural herbs cures or makes so-called diseases like what is that? Cancer, AIDS, or something like that, are returning to herbs, which is the healer nation. It can be done, but that don't sound pseudoscience, but it's been proven. Okay, but nevertheless, I just want to kick that in there with you. Actually, I wasn't going to be putting none of this in there right now, but it is called update. I'm gonna close out with a little bit. I haven't been practicing so good today. I mean, not today, but I haven't been practicing much. So, let y'all go with a little practice here though.